Hello, welcome to Serviceable. If you are here for the first time, welcome, bonjour. I was about to say au revoir. I meant hola, ciao, hello, bawani, wherever you're from. My name is Cassie, and as I always say, I secured £100,000 in contracts in my first 6 months of trading. How did she do it? This is all about how. So we're going to be talking about how you can find leads. Now, I'm aware I always speak about commercial cleaning, and of course, I'm here for the service business guys. I think this is a community that is very pro service business, pro boring business. That might also be your lane too. Still applies, because we want to know, how can I actually reach the person that I need to? And the first point that I want us to look into is cold calling. Now, some of you are thinking, oh, the bane of my life, cold calling. I'm shy. I'm not extroverted. How can I do this cold calling stuff? I don't think I have the right words in knowing how to say things or what to say. I'm going to give you some tips. As I said, I run an amazing commercial cleaning company. We've been doing so since April 2022, but I would really say April 2023. At that time, I actually was working in sales. Whether you have experience in sales, whether you don't have any experience in sales, it has absolutely zero bearing. It does not matter. All you need is, and I'll refer you to our first video if you've not watched it yet, how to start your business with zero experience. You need audacity. You need to decide that you are that guy. Whether you are shy, whether you're the quietest guy, whether you're the person that no one thought would succeed, it does not matter. You need to decide that you're going to get those clients and you have what they need. It doesn't matter if 100 other people are doing the same thing. And if it does make you feel better, more than likely your business model, someone might have thought of it before and probably has called the same stakeholder that you're trying to reach. Your mind is a tool. Train up your mind to know that you are the right guy. And this idea came to you because you're able to do it. Cold calling. Now, what is it? For those of us who are not aware, cold is referring to the fact that you don't know this person. There's no existing relationship that has been built up between you and this person. But you have identified in doing your existing market research, deciding what segment of the market you're going to be reaching out to, that, hey, this is the person that I need to reach out to. And one of the channels that you're going to reach them is by picking up the phone and calling them. There is an art to cold calling. And the first thing I want you to remember is it's a conversation. In the same way that I'm speaking to you right now, you speak with your parents, you speak with your friends, a sibling. It's no different, whether you are shy or whether you are extroverted. But remember, this is sales. And with sales, there is strategy. I am going to include in the description some thought leaders that you can follow on LinkedIn. Primarily LinkedIn, as I think it has the best content for people who work in sales and can give you that kind of insight. So the cheat codes, so to speak. That SDR, BDR, BDE, BDM role, that is purely their job. They do the cold calling and they do the cold emailing, and they have other routes of trying to reach that person. So it's called top of funnel. We build what we call a pipeline in sales to make sure that from beginning to the end of the pipeline, the end being closed won, you've won that deal, you've won the contract, you've won that tender, whatever it is, you are getting people into that pipeline. So cold calling is designed for that very early stage of the pipeline to get people rushing in. Cold calling allows you as a person to relate directly with another person who, based on your pre-research and vetting, you've identified that I need to speak to this person and this is the right fit for us as a company. The only difference when it comes to cold calling is that you are conscious that it is cold. So the strategy that we need to implement, those thought leaders, those people who are SDRs, BDRs, or maybe they lead or manage a team of SDRs that are hitting their quota, they're going through the roof in their quota. You're going to follow them. These are pros who already do it and they're saying this is what works for them. Try it. A lot of them will give you advice on how to handle the biggest issue or the biggest challenge, hurdle, barrier when it comes to cold calling, which is objections. An objection is if we were to do a mock role play right now and I cold call someone, the first thing they're probably going to say is they're not interested, they don't have the time, or who are you? How did you get my number? Objection handlers are essentially your strategic way of avoiding being shut off the phone by someone. You calling that person, you have in mind that you intend to get a meeting booked for them, or you intend to go to their site and see their premises, or you intend to write out a quotation and book in a follow-up call. So you have a clear goal in mind as you're calling someone. That is key. As I've said in previous videos as well, which I encourage you to watch, there could be gatekeepers. I start off creating warmth. So in LinkedIn, you can see who's viewed your profile. If I go on that person's profile and I view it and then I go away, particularly if they are a LinkedIn Premium subscriber, so they'll see who's viewed their profile, your name will be there. So there'll already be some sort of familiarity. So by the time that you're calling them, it's not actually cold. So a cold call is not an interview. It's not one-sided. You're not there to tell them about your product and why your service, your product is the best. What we want for you is for it to be like a consultation. You are going to be asking them and identifying what are their pain points, what are their challenges, and you're going to ask open-ended questions in doing that. I'm conscious of maybe not going into too much detail today, but you want it to be consultative, as I said. So they should be speaking as much as you are speaking. They should be divulging information about themselves as much as you are. Later on, as you progress in the conversation, you are now speaking about, oh, just to give you some info, this is who my company is. You give them your 10-second elevator pitch. As I said, I'm conscious of your time. I know you've spent some time with me on the phone today. What I'd love to do, I have 20 minutes on Tuesday. Do you want to grab a coffee? I have 20 minutes on Tuesday. Where are you guys based? I can swing by. Are you going to be on site that day? You know, rather than, can I come? Because that's going to be like a yes, no. When you're asking open-ended questions that are clearly targeted, you provoke that person to give you more information. That's cold calling, okay? There's so much more, as I always say, to go into on that.